Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Loop Hero, where today we are going to take a real solid try at episode 4, at expedition number 4, hopefully with somewhat less wildly flailing and putting objects down in the wrong locations. I've been thinking a little bit, I've been staring at this menu for a while, trying to figure out what we want. What does our deck actually look like to maximize our chances against the bosses as we understand them? And honestly, I don't know that I want to change things too much. I turned off the ruins and turned on the cemetery because we do have to have 2 on-the-road cards, and skeletons drop okay loot, right? But that's it. That's as far as changes go. We have that supply item that increases our damage by 5% as long as we're in range of a beacon or a lantern or whatever, but it looks like from the wording, it looks like it's just the damage that we deal with our actual hand-to-hand attacks, which is to say as the Necromancer, I don't care. So we're just not going to include any of those cards. And I think we are still going to try to play both the deserts and the forests along with the river. We're just going to try to shape those in a way that makes sense. I don't know. This might be trying to do too much off of the river. It may be the case that maybe I just want to really commit to the desert and oasis strategy, but this is how we're going to try it. This is how we're going to try things. The forest's increasing our attack speed while we're decreasing our attack speed with the oasis. Maybe seems a little bit like I'm working against myself, but I do still think it's important to offset the losses, the loss of attack speed. And also, a big part of the forest being in the deck is just that the woodsman villages are free loot, and with the suburbs, a whole lot of free XP every loop. It seems like we definitely want those, right? Because they pose absolutely no danger to us. And then, yeah, lots of cards to go around the road. We got to try to get rid of the Lich Palaces early on. And I think I'm gonna stick with the Arsenal over the Ancestral Crypt. I don't know if that's right. I feel like if we could get high enough level gear coming in, the extra equipment slot is really, really valuable, right? That said, if we try this a few times and it we really just can't seem to find any purchase, we may switch back to trying the Rogue. I felt like I was in a groove with the Rogue. I felt like I get where the Rogue is coming from and can maybe do a slightly better job with that. I suppose we could put the Arsenal down around the campfire. Again, this feels like high value real estate though, especially with it all being curves and stuff. Like, I want to be putting down bookeries and stuff over there. So I think, again, we're just going to put the Arsenal along a long side of a road somewhere. It is, of course, the case with 3 different sort of away from the road terrain tiles that we've created a situation where we can't necessarily know what's going to come up. It's less reliable. I think I'm fine with that. So we're gonna put thickets on the bottom half of the screen here, and deserts on the top half, and run the river down so half of the river turns to oasis, and half of it is buffing these guys, and of course a thicket in the position that's gonna get affected 3 times. And then I guess a long vertical town makes the most sense. And spiders, hooray for spiders. Already getting that extra XP. Look at this. We're going to be unstoppable. Okay, a lot of extremely similar books. I think it is probably the case that with the Ancestral Crypt out, you're a lot stronger, like, really early on. But we're not just trying to beat this first boss, right? We're trying to have a situation where we can scale past the other bosses. I do really like getting to start with the necklace. It's probably not a big deal. Like, even if you were taking real damage on the first loop, it's not very much. The slimes don't hit that hard. It's all going to heal off at the campfire anyway, but Still I like it. Okay, more spiders over here. You know, maybe I'm doing this wrong. I've always been putting the spiders in a situation like this so that there's like exactly one tile that they have access to, and they're not taking up any of the spaces that are directly adjacent to the inside of the curve, so we could put like a vampire mansion here and like really village it out. But maybe it would be better to put the spiders in a position like this where it can be feeding onto two different tiles. I don't know. We have so little experience doing that I don't actually even feel like I know whether it would tend to divide the spiders. Because obviously, the way magic HP works, it's better for us to have two small fights than it is for us to have one fight that is twice the size of that. And I don't think there's any XP modifier or anything for like fighting more enemies at once. Obviously, there's the Orb of Expansion thing, but we're not going to get there off of just spiders anyway. Although I suppose, you know, Vampire Mansion here. Do I want to make vampire spiders? They're real scary, but also, we do have to fight to get strong. Gosh, I could really use some gear that's not level 1, and or not gray. Either one, really, would be fine. Hooray! This little song that plays when you put down a town reminds me of something, but I can't remember what it is. It's definitely, it's like, it's tugging at the corner of my memory a little bit in a way that I can't quite... I'll figure it out. You know, I put this Vampire Mansion down here partially because I was like, oh man, think about how efficient our village stuff is going to be. But man, we never ever draw the on-road tiles, do we? Get him, guys. Boy, this is going badly. He is very good at out-healing our damage. And now that there are two targets, my skeletons are going to get all... They're going to get all wiggy and they're going to start targeting the wrong thing. And yeah, they're going to split their damage, which is the worst thing they could possibly be doing. You guys. Wait, is it Indiana Jones? Is it the Indiana Jones theme? It totally is. That's the thing I'm thinking of when the town theme plays. Well, we're gonna burn down one of them eventually. This does not bode well for the spider fight that's about to happen. I feel like I forgot how weak the Necromancer is early on. You really need some time before you are capable of doing basically anything at all. Okay. Go ahead and do that. I don't know what I want to do with this forest yet. Are we about to play Oblivion to remove 4 spiders from the road? Maybe. Thinking about it. It's actually like not even possible for us to fight a normal vampire with all level 1 gear. That said, it is like profoundly dumb that we have all level 1 gear. All level 1 gray gear during loop 3. That's absolutely not how that should be working. The armory seems to have reduced our loot quality by somewhere between 100% and 150%. I mean, just don't put down any vampire mansions until the game decides to let you play, I suppose. We do want to start pulling shields. Shoe nails. Hey, that's one we've not seen before. Attackers receive 1 damage after every hit. Wow. That's not very good. That's not a very good item. And yeah, I guess we're just gonna keep doing the same thing. So, like... I need any loot to drop at all. And it is like, that is a little frustrating too, that that's the way we lost that last one, because that's not a thing we had any ability to interact with in any way, right? We just got killed by the die. the dice rolled badly enough that we were never actually even in that game. And frankly, if we're at the point where we can't fight even a single vampire during the third loop, then we're doomed. Right? Our growth has been so slow that there's no way we'll be able to keep up with the monster level increasing, so... we really do need to just not get loot that is that bad. One thing I suppose I do need to do... hey, look at that! It's like a thing with stats on it. That said, I'm not going to equip that, but at least it's not gray. One thing I do need to do is sort of get a sense for how many cards we're allowed to play before the boss shows up, because we probably do need to be a little bit cautious, right? I mean, I guess there's no reason not to play all the way into the corner. Village near... yeah, do I want this to be a place where I put a bookery, is the question. Do we want the village near a vampire mansion that only has access to 2 tiles, or do we really want to go deep on this strategy? You know, we have so many places that we could potentially put a bookery. I think this is fine. But the reason I was thinking that is that I wonder if it's going to turn out to be worthwhile to maybe hold off on placing the weaker version of the tiles. Like, maybe don't play any forests early on, just play thickets. And let forests become sort of... let them just rot out of your hand. Or become fuel for a bookery, potentially. I'm just thinking that, because we do have to... in general, I like playing cards as quickly as possible, because the lower the boss's stats are when you fight him, the smaller a roll luck is going to play in whether or not you survive the fight, right? If the boss is really tough, you're going to have had good drops to fight it. That is less and less true the lower the numbers are. There's less of a gap for bad luck to affect you, basically, right? But here, we may have to optimize enough... boy, what is going on with it being exclusively level 1 grays? I think maybe the armory's effect on loot is considerably greater than it says on it. Because, boy, the fact that we don't get any level 2 loot during loop 2 or even loop 3 doesn't feel like a 15% reduction, does it? Even level 2 grays would be fine. Wow, that's a lot of stacks of poison very quickly. Yeah, huh. Alright, you know what? We'll try the Ancestral Crypt, maybe? I'm actually curious if we do fail out here. Yeah, like, these are kind of whatever. I should equip a ring, but also, like, a level 1 gray ring. It's not going to make a difference. We should definitely at least see if it seems like it makes a difference. Obviously, it'll be a little bit hard to tell without running, like, a bunch of trials. We won't be able to get any solid data. But it is very strange that we have now gone 2 runs through Loop 2 without seeing a single item above level 1. More spiders. You know what? We're gonna put the spiders here. We're gonna test, and then this definitely goes around the campfire. We might at least this time level up. That would be cool. But yeah, I just need like real gear to drop. Oh hey, a level 2 thing. I guess I think 3 defense is probably better than the regen. Given, you know, how much we're reliant on our magic HP and everything. And, like, we definitely need... I'm just going to go ahead and do this. It may not be necessary. It may well turn out that, you know, we could have battlefielded into some Blood Road, but whatever. We do probably have to take it easy on playing things that are not around the campfire, though, for a second here. Ooh, level 2 book. Hell yeah. Hooray for skeleton level. Alright, how far up do we want to play trees? I don't know. I'm going to hold this forest. Ooh, hey, look at that. An actual piece of loot dropped. Yeah, wow. That's quite good. Which ring do we replace? Because I do like summon quality. I'm going to replace the defense ring. Okay, we are just now starting to see actual loot. I'm not going to equip a thing for 1 extra HP. I would rather have the metal. It may be the case that having 4 away from the road tiles equipped means that you draw your other kinds of tiles so rarely that that's just, like, completely non-viable. I suppose you guys could finish off one of the spiders. Alright, thank you. First 2 skeletons each day will be strengthened. Do I think there's a chance the boss fight will last more than a day? These are all quite bad, I think. I guess let's do that one. Do I think I can afford to play these cards? Honestly, no. I think we gotta make sure that our campfire is surrounded before we go thinking about that. You know what? That's a replacement I will make. I feel like with the rogue, you're routinely getting gear that's like 2 to 3 levels above, not all of your gear, but fairly routinely you are getting gear that is 2 to 3 levels above the loop level. And that is not the case with the Necromancer, for sure. That is a pretty easy replacement. Alright, show me some good loot. Or just join up. Listen, we'll take you on. I don't really, like... Do you have any references? Whatever. Bones trust bones. Welcome aboard. Wow, yeah, okay. Skeletons, man. You gotta love skeletons. I will take 3% summon quality over 4% evasion. I will do that. I'm not sure that I agree that that piece of gear was 2 levels above the other one, but I will take it. So we can't place a treasury... Yeah, I don't know, man. Having a hard time finding... Ooh. Hey, look at that. Hey, stats. Remember stats? Having a hard time finding the stuff to put around the campfire. I mean, a bookery would be great. A bookery would be, like, pretty ideal, I think. Having a remarkably hard time fighting these incredibly basic enemies. Also, their attack speed is clearly not lowered by anything. Why are they attacking so fast? It says they have minus 2% attack speed. See, he's got minus 22, isn't it? I guess we only have a couple of very small things. Never mind, I can't tell because it is only minus 2%. Definitely take that. Hooray! You know, this I will place. These spiders, there's like a non-zero chance we're going to die fighting these spiders. The healing was good, at least. So if we're talking about using an attack speed reduction strategy, then that makes HP per second more valuable. So we should be looking at gear that has HP per second on it a little bit more. Yeah, okay, we're gonna change up the deck a little bit. I think with this number of... It's clearly not, like... When you pull from the loot pool, it's clearly not determining a category and then drawing from within that category. It's clearly just each of these things has a percentage chance to happen. So we cannot run this many away from the road cards, or we will never ever draw anything else. So that being the case, it probably is the forests that go, and we just commit the river entirely to desert stuff. And I guess you could run a river along the edge of the suburbs to get one row of buildings that would ordinarily not be upgraded to be upgraded. I don't like not having attack speed. Like, if we do this thing, if these river tiles are just minus attack speed for everybody, I am worried that it's going to make the battles take a lot more real-time minutes. I know that's kind of a minor concern, but, like, I'm trying to produce entertaining content over here. Let's try it like this, I guess. We are allowed to go down to 2. More and more I'm thinking, though, it seems like maybe we should just go rogue. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me... Come on. I clicked that button and then the battle started. Just let me leave. I was gonna swap our gold card as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and put the crypt down in a corner somewhere, in a place where it can't possibly matter. And then, yeah. I'm just curious when we'll start seeing non-gray, non-level 1 gear. Spiders here. I don't feel like we got a really good chance to see last time how this works. I gotta say, I feel like the suburbs, we haven't had a very good experience with them so far, but I feel like the suburbs seem really powerful. Like, the rate of XP gain is so increased. Okay, well, it's going to be a little hard to tell to what degree changes here are due to the bookery being incredibly powerful and us actually getting one. But hey, even that might be due to the fact that we are not getting reduced loot quality. Okay, smoked ham seems actually pretty good for a supply item. Considerably better than a lot of them have been. Okay. Do we want to Vampire Mansion near the bookery? Do we feel like we need mages anymore? I don't know. I'm going to put the Vampire Mansion down over here. Vampires don't appear during the boss fight, right? I'm going to put it right here and encourage us to get those villages down. And that probably means we're getting too much healing all at once, and we're gonna have our health bar fill up and then waste some of it. But like, we do have to deal with the boss here. We have to deal with the positions for those palaces. And I think we're probably not actually playing any more river at this point. So the source doesn't turn into an oasis, at least not consistently. Oh, right. Like, hold cards for the bookery, I suppose. Alright, well, I will definitely let that river become something else. Nope, that too. That too? Show me a village, please. Damn it. Well, alright. I feel like we're just seeing way fewer enemies than we were seeing when we were playing as the rogue. Way fewer cards that generate enemies, right? Alright, an early Oblivion I think we can get reshuffled. Ooh, spiders though. Spiders we are playing. And yeah, it has been splitting its spiders over 2 tiles, which is definitely better for us. Let's go ahead and let it keep doing that. I would like to play mostly friendly stuff near the campfire. We'll see. Ooh, treasuries and bookeries I am into just going ahead and playing. I mean, this is the most efficient place to put it down, but you know what? I'm going to put this one down here. Or here? I definitely want to fill in one of these spaces. This is fine. Okay, so it hasn't been much of a difference. I'm going to let all that reshuffle. There we go. Do I want to play a cemetery? No, I don't think so. I think I will play the sand dunes, though. How many more cards do I think we're going to get? I'm going to play the suburb. I'm going to hold on to the other thing. I don't know what the right pace of play is here. So it's loop 3, and we're still not seeing any non-level 1 items. Okay, there we go. And we're still seeing it. Honestly, the quality of the loot we've seen has not really changed much. It's just that loot quality was bad before in a way that I apparently didn't remember. Go ahead and put these down. And I think we are just going to let all the stuff in our hand is potentially going to the library. Yep, I'll take that over defense 2, and then 3 strengthened skeletons will join the Huron every loop to help in battle. 20% hit chance for, like, the skeletons are having their attack speed reduced by the Oasis, right? They're taking the big reduction. So, but so are the enemies. Basically, everything else is getting slower, but it's not getting slower relative to each other. Everything else is just getting slower relative to me. So I think Gift of Blood maintains its strength. I'm kind of curious about Horde, though. We're going to take Horde. No. Right? Yeah, not over either of the rings we have right now. God, spiders just attack really fast. Just a whole lot of violence from these spiders. I do think I want a battlefield. It's a little unfortunate because, like, really, we don't want to put it down here and have it deposit the chest behind us and make us wait as long as possible for it, but I do sort of think that that's where we're at, having to make sure that we're filling in space. Who knows? Maybe it'll play it onto the campfire. We gotta make sure we get coverage here. Let's let those get reshuffled. Okay, pretty unfortunate. But obviously, what we're really looking for is another village. Yeah, I do definitely like getting to level up so much early on. Okay, and now we probably can't play any cards that don't directly deal with the Lich Palace problem. Oh, the attack speed. Oh, the attack speed reduction. Spiders are really good for your loot. You get a lot of extra loot by fighting spiders, but also, what a nightmare. Are we going to survive our first encounter with the Vampire Mansion? Honestly, I don't know. So do we want to play anything that doesn't affect the campfire? We still have to cover up 3 spaces. We have here and there and there. And if we draw a battlefield, it does cover that, right? We could play it here, and it would fix this. So we have a lot of options. We're also like that. No, that's getting pretty close. I'm gonna hold off, I think. Yeah, I think it may be the case that our default damage output is just way too low. Having a 3rd skeleton certainly helps. I'm starting to feel like a little bit better, though. And I don't know, I don't feel like this was really due to any, Oh yeah, 21% summon quality, hell yeah. I don't really feel like this was due to the armory or anything that we did, you know? Do I want to place another village somewhere? So, like, we could put down a cemetery here, I suppose. That does fix one of the things we need. We need to cover 2 more road tiles. So it could just be like additional helpful village and cemetery just to give us that, and then we only have 1 tile left that we have to cover, and we could put like sand dunes in it or something. Sand dunes is a good one, right? Yeah. Let's just do that, and now I feel secure about that. When we get Oblivion, we will Oblivion the bandit camp, I think, because bandits. Because screw bandits ever. Okay, so my powered up dudes just follow me immediately from the beginning of the loop. I wonder if they'll spawn at the beginning of the boss fight, because we have started a new loop when we reach the boss fight, right? If so, that seems actually pretty good. A permanent bonus to energy armor for every summoned skeleton seems bananas. Yeah, like as the thing goes on, this is going to be really significant, right? Yeah, I'm taking that. Bottomless Bottle's also very good. I think it's also quite compelling. Gosh, I sure wish I had spawned a guard skeleton, though. The enemies are completely ignoring all of the skeletons, and they're just going to kill me, and my skeletons are not doing damage quickly enough to stop that from happening. Yep. Okay, well, we have a resurrection charge, and we will use it. But having to use it on basic enemies before the first boss fight means that we are certainly doomed. Nope. It's a lot of lost summon quality. Yep, and it's really hard to replace, I mean, we should definitely do that. It's really hard to replace +1 max skeletons, you know? Okay, let's just go ahead and blow that up now. And then I guess we can just start playing whatever we want at this point. We're going to summon the first boss, but... do I want to play any more sort of like broad stat change type stuff? We should probably play this other village. I'll put it down like over here with the intention of maybe a vampire thing there, maybe? Maybe. We'll see. Or I guess I could put it here and we can maybe generate vampire mages. Like, we still need resources. And of course, bandits generated right before the boss fight. Let's hope to draw ourselves into some more oblivion here. I still think villages, especially villages in conjunction with vampire mansions, are one of the best cards, one of the best things you could possibly have in your loot pool. Right, they generate a bunch of monsters for you to fight earlier, to get stronger on, to get loot off of, and then when the going actually gets tough, they turn into a really powerful source of healing. It just seems like incredibly wrong not to run them, I think. So, I think what I might do here is hold off on playing any cards at all until we pass the campfire again. Because I'd like to get one more trait, if I can, before we fight the boss. Oof. Or maybe I'll just die. I do like the idea of the global attack speed reduction, along with the Necromancer. Because what you're really doing is you're basically, like I said, you're decreasing the rate that you deal damage, but you're decreasing it at the same rate that you're decreasing the enemy's rate of damage output. And it's effectively just, relatively, an increase in rate of skeleton summoning. That seems like a no-brainer. That's really good. But also, I'm worried the Necromancer might be so weak early on that he literally can't survive these fights. So maybe let's try rebuilding for the Rogue a little bit here. With the Rogue, I don't think I find the desert strategy as compelling. I think I like the forest thing. I definitely think we're back on Arsenal because we want the HP from the armor. Outposts should definitely come back in. Leave on the suburbs, and yeah, maybe this is the set of cards we roll with. Well, the cemetery, hold on. Do we want to swap to something else here? The Grove is not very scary as the Rogue. Like, the Rat Wolves are not really a big problem. And the Grove does have a nice, it does have a nice habit of sort of spreading out the fights. Also, damage output matters. Like, maybe we should put a beacon of some kind back into the deck. Plus 20% attack speed for all units is... Oh, right, Stone Temples. Do we want to run this? The Temporal Beacon just doesn't really seem all that great. I mean, I guess it helps you spawn more monsters quickly. You know, maybe that's a good reason we should have been playing it with the Necromancer as well. Just more monsters more of the time. Yeah, let's run it like this. Because obviously, like, getting into a larger number of small fights early is the most valuable thing you can do. I'll put the arsenal down. I don't know, like over here. Start dropping necklaces immediately. Although I guess... Well, I was about to say, for the Rogue, you don't really need to go so early. Oh, right, battlefields are less good because you don't get... It doesn't seem like you get different qualities of trophies, so the skeletons are less valuable. But they still have the effect of potentially fixing some of the terrain for us. And then, do we want to... Given the weird shape of the road here... No, I don't think I want to change anything about our strategy here. We'll just run this the way we ran it before, which I liked. Let's just try our strategy from the last expedition on this expedition and see if it really works. I'm gonna Grove right here, I guess. Well, hold on. Let's Grove here. Because we could do a Vampire Mansion thing, right? Like, and this would be a valuable village spot. But I do want to cover up those tiles around the campfire early. Okay, outpost. Fantastic. Wonderful draw. Probably should go here. But what I was going to say about the armory is that I suppose it doesn't matter that we put it down early. We could wait because you can't get a necklace until you get back to the campfire anyway. But for that exact same reason, it actually doesn't matter if you put it down early or late. Because you're not affecting your loot quality until the campfire. Do I just want a spider cocoon? Maybe like here? So that it's always just putting them down in the position where they'll get... Yeah, that seems fine. We got a lot of space to cover up over here. Hey, that was pretty okay. Yeah, the Rogue's starting strength level is so much higher than the Necromancer's. It's actually kind of silly. I think the Necromancer can scale really well, but it's very luck dependent. Like, you have to get the right stats on your items. Because the Necromancer's stats are, I think, way more unbalanced in their relative strength than the, Yeah, let's do this. They're way more unbalanced in their relative strength than the stats that the other classes have. So 158 HP versus critical damage. Boy, I guess this has damage to all on it, but these are both bad. These are both bad pieces of gear. That one's better. Counter percentage, sure. And a little bit of defense, and we got some boots. Better to equip them than to not have boots on. Okay. Hooray! Yeah, like, I don't feel like we have had any better luck this time with the generation of enemies in terms of just, like, raw enemy numbers. But I do feel considerably more powerful. I'm gonna put a grove here. If we pull another battlefield, we'll put it there, and it'll still generate a little bit of value on the tile, but, like, the way I put stuff down, I probably shouldn't have put spiders here if I was thinking about turning these into Bloody Wasteland, but having those guys help us fight the spiders does feel pretty okay. I think the thing I did was still sensible. And maybe we do in fact want to just summon the boss as fast as possible as the rogue, because we have such a big step up in starting strength. Ooh. Early Bookery. I'm gonna put it over here, I think, because we're not desperate for anything, and we don't have enough cards to take advantage of it very well right now anyway. Yeah. That's pretty excellent. That goes in the burn row. I really wish it let you, like, during battle, queue up changes to the terrain. Like, you should still be able to drag cards out. And if it doesn't want to have them actually take effect during battle, I can totally understand that from a balance perspective. But still, like, let me put them down and then just have them happen when the battle ends, you know? Okay. Hey, look at that. We're actually getting gear that is, like, commensurate with the level of the simulation. 89 magic HP. That's a lot of magic HP, but we're doing just fine on health, and I would rather have the offensive output from the counter, I think. Well, this sword is definitely better than that sword. Evasion's probably better than 3 defense? Maybe. And then, like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that. So when we open a treasure chest, it just gives us... Oh, actually, that didn't even give us a trophy. We didn't get anything from that fight. I was gonna say, it doesn't give us any better loot than in other situations. Also, I don't know why, for some reason I was thinking that the Storm Temple only burned the forests that were already on the table when you put it down, which is why I was waiting so long to play Storm Temples before, but that's not how that works at all. I don't know where that got in my head. Ooh, Old Scars really early seems very good. What if we just had 1500 HP? Do I want to place this, or do I want to reroll looking for villages? I think I'm going to hold that for a Bookery reroll. I was hoping we'd get a card from that slime. No, let's... Okay, let's go ahead and put down another Bookery. Let's really filter these cards quickly. I will play this river, and then these other 3 cards will get recycled. Because we still do need to find villages. That I will play immediately. That too, actually. Nope. The temporal beacon... Temporal beacon over here might be a good idea. This is going to dramatically increase the rate of garbage creature spawns, which I actually like. And then also it gives us the benefit of that item on the boss. Nah. Those are not great, but we're going to pick... That's just 100% not where I meant to put that. I'm pretty annoyed about that. That shouldn't have happened. Alright, I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Just have to get a, We'll have to get an Oblivion and then throw that Oblivion away effectively. Alright, I was gonna say, my man's gonna disappear pretty soon, so... But yeah, that made this fight way more annoying. Spiders are maybe too dangerous. Maybe we take the spider cocoons out of the deck. When did they get so terrifying? Alright, that solves 2 problems. And then we do, at this point, just have 2 more tiles that have to get solved. I mean, I'll go ahead and Grove this one, I guess. It would help a lot if I had a better necklace on. Like, we're getting to the point where the HP, the magic HP difference does matter. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. 285, evasion and attack speed, yes. Get up to 10% evasion, or, ooh, crit chance. Love crit chance. And then, yeah, no new weapons, sadly. Is he going to shield the... Never mind. Didn't have the chance, but I am curious whether he would have shielded the treasure chests, given the opportunity. So yeah, the treasure chests just give resources for the rogue. Definitely, I think, reasonable to take that card out of the deck. Hey, a village! They do exist. Where do we wanna... What do we want to do about that? Do I want to just put the village down? Well, I guess we filled in the area around the camp pretty thoroughly, but like I'm wondering if I want a vampire mansion here and just go ahead and put the village there, and maybe eventually think about turning this into a village too. My thinking is this is a lot of fighting right before the boss fight, so we probably also want some healing up here. And I mean, obviously, referring to that as healing is thinking pretty long-term. Maybe unsafely long-term, especially since I've now made vampire spiders a concern. What am I really looking for? Another outpost, honestly, would not be horrible. Or what? Basically an outpost. And it does need to happen. Or an Oblivion. Oblivion would not be a bad thing either. Do I play a treasury? I play a treasury. Alright, drop a card. You know you want to drop a card. Ooh, a whole bunch of cards, in fact. So, I think of these, I just play the outpost. Help me out with this, it's terrifying. And then, yep, just kind of don't play anything. Hold on. Just kind of hoping for an Oblivion. Yeah, having the damage be like a smaller, more focused thing seems having the damage come in more focused packs, not have it spread all over the place, definitely seems nice. So like we have a question to ask to answer here. Do we want to spawn the boss now? I'm not feeling particularly tough, but we do have an outpost in position. We could hold off for another loop. I would like to have better weapons, and also I'm a little worried about our healing. So we're going to not play any of these cards. Okay. I feel like Picky is really good. That said, we may well die here. I put some real difficult fights ahead of us, but we do have outpost guys to help. Please, somebody drop an Oblivion. I really want to put down this village before we cross the campfire, so that it is up for a loop. Okay, apparently not done yet. And I don't feel safe putting it down without removing something else first. Okay, so 3 spiders and a vampire and a rat wolf. I may have overdone it a little bit with the stacking monsters. Wow, he went down instantly. They did not... It doesn't even seem to have reduced the damage output that they have for me personally. Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, God. Yeah. More difficult. Alright, let's change up the deck and go one more time. So I am going to pull the battlefields because they just don't do anything. I don't want to lose the spiders. Like, the spiders are too valuable as things to fight early. I just have to be a little bit more cautious with them. And I like that this time the campfire's in a position where we can put an outpost down and have it guard 2 spaces, and then we can put, like, this could be a vampire village or something. The outpost can help us develop that a little bit. I am definitely seeing the value of the watchtower on the 4th loop. Like, enemies in general are so weak that on the earlier loops, it doesn't make any sense to me why you would build a watchtower, because, like, how could you possibly need help fighting things that aren't the boss? But here, with the enemies scaled up to this this degree of starting strength, it makes a lot more sense. Okay, so how do we want to build in the area around the base? I think a grove here is fine. Fighting rat wolves just in random spaces doesn't hurt, and if they move in either direction, then we're getting outpost help. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We got some silverware. Okay, plus damage against all undead, I guess, is a little bit compelling. How many undead are there, really? I don't know. That first river seems pretty important. So we don't necessarily want to be putting down spider cocoons right away. If I put a spider cocoon right here, I don't know. I definitely want to wait until we until we have the outpost. That feels very cowardly, though. We have to fight the spiders early because we need the strength boost from fighting stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna put it down over here. We're gonna hope that it chooses to split up its spawns into the 2 different directions. So I mean, that's obviously fantastic. 81 HP plus counter. With the very small amount of magic HP we have, I wonder if we do need to take the higher HP value. No, I mean, counter helps you not take real damage. Right? You just kill the enemies before they can deal real damage to you. Alright, get a town going nice and early. I like that a lot. Like I said, I think I like this. I wonder if we should take the treasuries out, actually. Now that we're less resource bound? Maybe. I'm gonna hold on to this treasury for recycle bait for the moment. Provided we ever see a bookery. That also is probably recycle bait. We don't need a second one of these early on. It's going to be quite a while before we have enough forests to take advantage of that. Alright, we definitely still have some more room under the under the cap here. Do I want to play the treasury? Because if I do, I should play it right now, before I put the river down, right? We don't actually need to play that river yet, actually. We won't even get any benefit from it. Alright, I do definitely want to get this established as quickly as possible. And then, like... Do we... How much stuff do we hold back, right? So I should probably be making sure I'm building out in sort of a more square formation to make sure we're getting the largest suburb to town efficiency. We have almost nothing around the campfire right now. I'm actually getting a little bit leery of putting out too much more stuff. Okay, that's compelling. 7-11 with defense, attack speed. I mean, like, both of our weapons currently have crit damage chance on them. That's going to be tough to overcome as far as value goes. How much damage are we actually losing by not upgrading? Okay, we should probably bounce this one. Show me a bookery. Also, show me lots of these. These are also good. Lethal weakness seems awful. I mean, I guess we're fighting bosses more often on this map, so maybe that is good. Every 10% of lost HP... I guess, actually, I'm realizing now that this wording's a little bit ambiguous. The way I had read it before is what it actually says, which is every time you've lost 10% HP, you have a small chance to do a thing. But maybe what it actually means is on each attack, every 10% of your HP that you're missing gives you this chance to... So, like, when you're at 10%, you have, like, a 4.5% chance to hit for this much. In which case, it's considerably better, right? I'm going to take Bottomless Bottle, because I don't know what this does. If it does the thing that it actually says it does, it's awful. If it does the other thing, it's better, but I'm still not actually sure if it's better than Bottomless Bottle, honestly. Okay, an outpost I will take. That's very good. I appreciate that. And then this space is definitely also an outpost, right, for maximum effectiveness. And then we just, like... I want to play my thickets, though, I think. And probably also the accompanying rivers. Yeah, and then we'll hold on to this other stuff. This suburb does make a town. But now I think we stop playing cards for a minute. Until we find a bookery. Oh, man. The temporal beacon does have actual value, though, huh? So we do want to be strong in this area. Actually, a temporal beacon here means more slimes, too. And it does cover up one of the spaces for the campfire. That's probably great. But I need, like, a bookery and or the things to cover up the campfire spaces. And in fact, the first bookery we get goes here, right? I'm going to place this village. That does one of the things. Fighting those guys will be good for us, provided that it doesn't kill us. And I'm a little leery even of placing these thickets at this point. Alright, Outpost Man helped. He did some things. He contributed. And I guess now that we have alchemy, every point of memories is whatever resource we actually want it to be. So that's good. Hooray, base 5% vampirism. So what do we still need? Can you put a storm temple? No, you cannot put a storm temple adjacent to the road. So there's a fair number of things that'll, like an outpost would fit here, a vampire mansion. There's a lot of stuff, even with just 3 landscape tiles. You really only see landscape tiles. Alright, I'm going to be a little bit greedy here, and we're going to form another town. A town of towns. And then we're going to stop doing that. We're going to only place stuff near the campfire until it's covered. You know, those mages do suck. So, like, it's the child of the forest, obviously. And then... do I put a bookery down here? I want to put the outpost there for maximum campfire fight problem solving. So I guess what we're looking for here is a grove or a village, and then here, it could be another outpost, honestly. I don't know. We'll see. Could be a spider cocoon, I suppose. I don't love that. And honestly, part of me just wants it to be a vampire mansion. Yeah, I'm not going to do the spider cocoon. Oh, I should actually look at the rest of my gear, right? This seems... I hate to lose the crit chance, but that seems like a really big upgrade. 15 to 23 with 2 magic damage. Yeah, at this point, I think we're replacing the crit chance weapon. I think our damage output's going to be considerably higher. You lose a lot of HP relative to the other thing in exchange for crit damage. Well, thus only having the base 10% crit chance, I really don't think that that's a smart move. Lose 2% evasion for 3 damage to all. Ooh. Wow, that's a big trade. Do I think that's a good trade? I honestly don't know. That's a lot of lost evasion. Like, a lot. But also, hitting people is good, especially with our newer, larger weapons. And yeah, I think I'm maybe just going to keep the 99 magic HP. This does have 4 magic damage on it as well. It's not that. When you look at the amount of damage we're doing with our normal attack, it doesn't really seem that significant. Also, are we really on 38 to 56 damage with our normal attack now? Huh, okay. Where do we put another bookery? I guess just like right here is fine, right? Show me some new cards. I need certain things. I'm gonna be greedy. Let's see if we can get the village. We did not. I think I am gonna put down the vampire mansion. Do I want there to be... So it doesn't add vampires to the boss, but it does make all... Is it that all fights in the vampire mansion area give the enemy vampirism, or is it all fights that have vampires in them? Because I think it wouldn't add a vampire to the boss fight. It still might be a bad idea. So yeah, we're really looking for basically just an outpost for that. Maybe. Yeah, so I'll just make this a grove then. That seems fine. And then I think the next card we put down might summon the boss, it looks like, so... Let's just be a little bit cautious with that. You know, as we're running around here, we are getting better loot, we are getting XP. We don't need to be in a big hurry to pull the first boss. Nice to see an Oblivion. In case there is a, in case we get one of those situations where there's a Lich Palace that spawns in a place where it shouldn't. I love you, Ratwolf. It's nice to roll up to a fight with, like, backup. It does help. So we've done a spectacularly bad job of drawing things that could go in this space. Well, we're about to hit the bookery again. Oh, I do like the village. What do I want to do with that village? I don't know. We don't want to do anything with that village just yet. Let's go ahead and do one more loop. We do have to pull the boss at some point here. I guess it could be a bookery. Maybe that is what we use for the moment. I would prefer it to be an outpost, obviously. Alright, so let's have a look at these. 14 to 22 with 5% crit chance is pretty good. And then that's just going to be, yeah, some really, really large number. I'm into that as a strategy. Just pick the biggest number. 16 evasion. Boy, the difference in main stat value between gray items and non-gray items is so silly. I don't think this is an upgrade, maybe. It's got the counter on it. I do like counter, especially when we're hitting as incredibly hard as we are. It's a lot of evasion lost over just doing this, right? 10% evasion is nothing to sneeze at. I think I am just going to play the big evasion boots. That's 5% evasion out for 4 magic damage. That's not even a real consideration, I don't think. Damage to all. That, I think, is fine. Okay, are we playing this bookery? We should probably pull the boss at some point here. Oh, also, I should level up. Ooh, picky early on. Yeah, it's got to be, right? Gift of Blood is not bad, but... And I think we're summoning the boss now. I think we should pull the boss and then just go nuts with placing high-value things. So I'm gonna put down this bookery. And then we're gonna suburb out a little bit. Anywhere I put stuff, it's gonna require 2 suburbs to town. Okay, so yeah, the rules are just like... The rules are imaginary at this point. That's a village, sorry. We should definitely play the village somewhere. Maybe like here for healing as we run up to the boss fight. And then like I definitely want to make sure that we have... How many cards do I want to have in hand? Do I need 6? Are these going to fire simultaneously? Probably. So let's play a Burned Forest. Definitely want to keep doing that. And then... We have another bookery coming up, so we should save 3 of these cards. Let's go like River, Thicket. We don't really need the groves so much. But we are desperate for Oblivions. Yeah, we don't play any of that. Okay, I don't think it matters which Lich Palaces we're taking out, right? You know, it's 2021 and we're all just desperate for Oblivion. That's how things are going. Okay, excellent news. We're actually probably going to be able to get rid of them all. There's at least a chance. I guess there's not really not a lot of monsters left between here and there, so that's maybe reducing the chances slightly. Let's definitely do this. Yeah, we're not actually that likely to draw new cards, I suppose. Alright, we got some stuff off of those guys, though. Okay, more river's good. Do I want to... we're short stuff that matters here. What I needed was to draw a bookery off of one of those slimes to put down right here so I could reshuffle some more stuff. Oh my god, please kill him. There we go. So I'm to make sure that dude went down before he took any of my gear. Do I want to put a thicket down here? It's for the doubling effect. An extra point of magic damage with the amount of attack speed we have and the counter and everything. I guess I got rid of all my counter. But even so, damage is damage, right? But I'm probably better off just going river thicket for that. I definitely want to get the thicket line. I want to get the river finished. I want to get it at least wrapped around, right? And I guess we're like about as powerful as we're getting for fighting this this first boss. I do not have super high hopes. You could probably tell from the sound of my voice. We have not been able to oblivion that final thing. We're gonna see some more cards here. We might still get there. Wow, we saw a lot of cards there, actually. Like, way more than I was expecting. Well, I see no reason not to commit to the table. So, Outpost. Boy, what do we do with this? What is the best thing to do with this? I don't know. We certainly want to play it, right? I definitely want to do this. Feel pretty strongly about that one. I don't know that we need more temporal beacons. I guess we could outpost, like, near this thing. That sucks a little bit. Yeah, I don't know, actually. And none of this stuff is going to affect the fight. So I guess also there's that. I'm trying to remember, was it the case that we saw the vampire, the incursion put down Lich Palaces all the way out to 2 squares away in the cardinal directions before? We definitely saw it do that in one direction. I wish I could remember if it was the case that it didn't do it in the other directions because we already had those spaces filled. That might be a thing we have to look out for. I think I'm gonna go... Will putting a village down here erase this monster? Yeah, it totally did. Okay. I don't know. I don't think any of these other changes are gonna matter for the purposes of the boss fight, so let's just do it. I will, however, do that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to Vampire Mansion here, and then Outpost there. That's what I'm going to do. And I guess, actually, now we have a bunch of locations over here where a single suburb is even more towns. I'm definitely not playing those in the most efficient way possible. Alright, let's do the fight. Oh, I should have put down the forests. I showed up with my crew, though. Like, we're relatively ready to do this. We got a lot of damage. And he's got a lot of people to fight who aren't me. Sorry, random outpost guy. You probably weren't thinking that this was on the table when you were hired. Couldn't change anything. But your victory won't change anything either. Eternity will grind you to dust. And I'm just a small gear in that process now. I don't know, man. It seems like actually I'm the one grinding in eternity. Is that a good thing? Am I happy about that? So... yeah, suburbs. We're not that close to the second boss firing yet. I do think that this stuff is high value. And then, like, do we want another bookery? I kind of think I want to do this. We've got to deal with this. This village sucks so much. I should maybe put an outpost here to prevent that from being able to happen. I don't know. And I think I'm going to put this bookery down, like, over there, maybe? I'm debating whether I want to put an outpost here. And it makes it a lot safer for us to build stuff around the corner. Yeah, we probably don't need to recycle that many cards. Just establishing road resources. So for the second boss, there's that whole reflect mechanic, right? I don't know if it makes any difference to us. Okay, so second boss has a ton of stuff around her. I don't know if those things count as enemies, but they probably do. So Fuss would probably be relevant there. The third boss has the dogs. So Fuss is only going to be relevant for a small portion of that fight. Basically, I think these are three quite bad traits. I guess Fuss helps us out a fair amount with, like, actual road fights. But I don't know how much we need that. Card Sharp? I guess? It's bad. I think Card Sharp is pretty weak. Lets you, like, if you take it early, it potentially lets you turn, you know, an early village into a couple of early villages, which might make a difference, but I don't think it's going to in our situation. So it's like, Fuss for the second boss fight, plus just some normal road-type stuff, to make sure we're in good shape for boss fights, which does matter, versus Smokescreen. 2 seconds of 100% evasion might be really relevant against some of the bosses. And, like, we do a lot of damage in 2 seconds, right? Yeah, I don't hate it. I guess I'm gonna take Smokescreen. I think they're all pretty bad, though. Okay, our attack speed's getting, like, okay. It's getting pretty acceptable. I was hesitating there because I'm thinking about, like, how many cards do we want to hold on to. We have a bookery coming up. We can be trying to optimize some of these. I do love this Rat Wolf. Oh, also, I'm not even, like, looking at our gear. Maybe we got some upgrades. That seems possible. Like that, potentially. 6 damage to all is actually pretty interesting. I don't remember how much health the mirrors around the second boss have. I wonder if it's possible to take them down in that way. Okay, that's bananas. Really, really good pull. 5% counter. Or just go up to 20% evasion. What if nobody ever hit me? Honestly, I like that. That doesn't seem bad. And then we have damage to all and attack speed on our armor right now. Yeah, I don't think we want to make any other changes. We've already got 18 trophies again. We're like 3 feet from home. Here, let's fight these slimes and then we'll make the decision. I'm pretty sure we want to just do the river wraparound. Getting pretty close to summoning that next boss. Am I comfortable with that? Do I want to do one more loop? Because every river we put down now is actually, like, we've reached a point where the rivers are going to be very strong for a while. Each river tile is very strong. Also, obviously, one of the suburbs in our hand is going to make a town happen, but I worry. Let's just run forward for a second here. I do like that we pulled a town. I think that's pretty good. Or a village, rather. I kind of want to play the village. Just get ready for vampire stuff. I wish I had a better sense of whether that was going to push us over. I'm going to do it. If it summons the boss, it summons. Okay. But I don't want to lose that village to the reshuffle. Boy, 2 seconds goes by really quickly, huh? It's like, how badly do I want to play the Vampire Mansion to make sure that the Vampire Mansion happens? Not that much, I guess. Yeah. I really do want to get into another loop. I want to make absolutely certain that we are getting the getting another trait. Okay, happy to see my rat wolf here. So we're pulling an awful lot of trophies every round. And believe me, I'm watching for oblivions. I might risk a thing for an oblivion. Cause like I hate this. My armor. I guess. Yeah, bandits are so unbelievably dangerous. We're taking a little bit more damage through this area than I was expecting, if I'm honest. Also, wow, Oblivion's incredibly rare. Gift of Blood. Probably? Probably. I do love the old Gift of Blood. Alright, yeah, let's not do anything for a second here. Okay, interesting. Why did that spawn the boss? I'm not sure. Well, whatever. I was going to spawn the boss after that one anyway, so... So I probably need... Let me think here. We're gonna reshuffle 5 cards off of the books. Probably want to go ahead and play some more of this stuff. I definitely want to put down another village. But if we're smart about it, we can... Well, no, never mind. I was going to say we can maybe stop it from spawning any more bandit villages. We have this thing here that we have to deal with before that can be true. I guess I can just put a spider cocoon down there, because spider cocoons don't spawn enemies into villages anyway. So if I do that, and then I put down like a spider cocoon here and place the village there, just for healing purposes, it prevents more bandit camps from spawning because they don't have any villages to spawn next to. Feels a little silly. And then let's definitely do this. We'll reshuffle those 5. Show me new cards. Okay, Oblivion, pretty happy about that. Is there any reason that I would Oblivion not a bandit camp? I don't think so. I think a bandit camp goes. And then... Suburbs and suburbs. And I guess we have another... we don't have another bookery coming up. That bookery has collapsed already. We are getting a lot of XP. Like a really, really large amount of XP. That said, I'm also taking a lot of damage. And I'm sort of wondering about that 100% evasion chance thing. It doesn't seem to be working. We definitely, like, I saw the smoke bomb effect happen there, and we definitely got hit shortly afterward. So I'm not clear on what's going on with that. We should definitely aggressively place some outposts. I guess I could outpost here, and that would maybe make it unnecessary for me to Oblivion the other thing. Or we could outpost, like, for these. I think at this point, I would like to remove that bookery, so I would love to go Oblivion here and then outpost in that space. That would be really ideal. But I don't think I'm going to hold this outpost waiting for that. I think I am just going to put an outpost down up here. Okay, in my desire to make sure that we are strong early, I definitely have put us... in order to make sure that we have stuff to fight. Also, I'm not even looking at my gear again. I may have over-strengthened the areas around us. Cool Oblivion, love Oblivion. I think actually this goes now, so that we don't have books buffing up those spiders. And then I should look at my damn gear. Let's see. We lose... It would not be much of a loss to replace the Gladius with this. That's just 18 to 27. But we can definitely increase our base damage quite a bit by replacing the Dirk. We lose 5% crit chance, which I don't love. And, 8% evasion is not nothing. I'm actually going to keep that level 5 weapon equipped for the moment. And then this is attack speed and counter percentage. I don't know that I want to lose a lot of evasion. Wow. Okay, it makes some of the evasion back up on the other end. So it's 9% crit chance for 2% evasion loss. But yeah, again, the difference between gray and non-gray items in terms of the main stat is really... it's very extreme. And sometimes that matters. Sometimes it matters a lot. So this, I don't think, is even in the running. That is 744 health. I mean... critical damage and evasion. The evasion's interesting, but I think, yeah, that patches our missing armor okay. Man. Yeah, I think we're going to go this way. So with this armor, we're 1 point of evasion lower. Yeah, there's no way. The other armor's right. Okay. Oh, sorry. Do I actually want to, like, be playing cards for to gain strength? Yeah, I should probably at the very least, be playing Rivers. And we should fill this line out, right? I guess another question is, am I at this point just... I think I'm just going to play these thickets for burn. Burned forests adjacent to the river is pretty decent. So right now we're on 16 magic damage in addition to... yeah, like that's a pretty significant increase in our overall hitting. And... I don't honestly know that I want to play more spider cocoons. I think we're kind of in a dangerous spot already, enemy-wise. Like, I think we need to focus on defensive buildings for a little while, villages and outposts and stuff. And once we have a little bit more strength, then we can start increasing the danger again. Like, I'm actually a little worried about this coming up here. I guess, I wonder if it would have been right to play a bookery like there. It's not going to let me play an outpost adjacent to the road, right? Did that fire? It did fire. It did not get me the outpost I was looking for, sadly. Please just take down the little spiders. No! Don't go after the big one yet. Yeah, we might actually die here. Okay, good. Good smoke bomb. Definitely still getting hit immediately after playing the smoke bomb. Maybe I village off. Maybe. Like, put down a spider cocoon here, again, to protect against bandits, and then Bandits don't like spiders. That's the thing I've learned. Oh, that he didn't heal me for anything. That was very sad. That was a very sad heal. Bookery here to try to draw an outpost to help with that. Or an Oblivion would be fine. I do think I play the river, though. Okay, I'll play river again. Got wolf? Yeah. Alright. Even with my full team there, that's still just, it's too damn much. Oof. Yeah, this is harder. We got through a boss, and honestly, I think we might have gotten through the second boss there too. I was feeling pretty powerful, but yeah, it's tricky with the enemies starting so much more powerful. You have to be really careful about that balance that we're always trying to strike between making sure that we're fighting enough stuff to get stronger, but not fighting so much stuff that we are dying. Because it is definitely not the case that whatever kills you makes you stronger. We've seen that amply at this point. I think that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. We're going to have to keep improving town buildings, but I think we're probably sticking with the rogue from here on. I love the necromancer so much. I want to be running skeletons all of the time, but I really think the rogue just benefits way better from basically every system in the game, and it's hard to put that down. Maybe the warrior would be okay too. I don't know. I think the rogue is probably the strongest option we have. So come back next time, tomorrow, to see if we can't push this line a little bit further. And we'll see you then.